Namaskar friends, this is Deepak Rath. I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India. Friends, nowadays there is a lot of brouhaha over statement of Rahul Gandhi in London. But then Rahul Gandhi is not the only one who has been tarnishing our country's image at the international level. But I must mention here that the whole Congress party complicit in it. Friends, the grand old party of India and its leaders are neck deep in corruption and they give lectures on morality, democracy and what not. You have seen that what they are talking in front of media. Friends, Rahul Gandhi's remarks at the Cambridge brought a bad name to our country. Everybody is feeling that. There is no doubt. In fact, Rahul Gandhi is a habitual offender of such slander. But Congress party's involvement in corruption cases has once again brought shame to the country. And let me tell you, what is that? Friends, the Congress art gets scandal. The famous art gets scandal. Particularly the involvement of former S Bank CEO Rana Kapoor in buying artwork for the Congress party has gained international attention as a case study for the financial task force, which is known as FATF, an intergovernmental organization that aims to combat money laundering and terrorism financing. The FATF has highlighted this scandal as an example of how illicit funds can be used. Illicit funds can be laundered through the art market. In the case of the Congress art gets scandal, Rana Kapoor was accused of buying expensive artwork on behalf of Congress party and at an inflated prices. And with the intention of laundering money through this process, the paintings were then sold to Congress party at inflated prices with the intention of laundering the money through this process. The FATF has noted that the art market is vulnerable to money laundering because of its opacity, lack of regulation and high value transactions. The lack of transparency in the art market makes it difficult to track the source of funds used to purchase artworks, and the use of sale companies to carry out transactions can further complicate the matter. In the report, FATF, without naming Rana Kapoor, spoke of one, putting quote, Mr. A, unquote, who was managing director and CEO of an Indian bank and misused his position during his tenure by sanctioning loans of $628 million to business entities incurring losses or with negative credit and thereby violating the norms. Friends, according to Rana Kapoor's statement, this is consistent with what he claimed. According to Kapoor, who was cited in the charge sheet submitted by the Enforcement Director last year, he was coerced into purchasing an M.F. Hussain painting from Congresswoman Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, and the money from the sale was used to treat Madam Sonia Gandhi. According to Rana Kapoor, Milind Deora reportedly paid Kapoor multiple visits at his August Gandhi Marg residence to persuade him to buy Hussein's painting. Also, he received numerous messages. But according to Rana Kapoor, he was hesitant to purchase the painting. But Murali Deora, the father of Milind Deora and the then petroleum minister, threatened Rana Kapoor at a dinner party and stated that any delay in the purchase of the artwork will have negative effects on him and ex-bank. Mark my words and listen carefully. This is a very serious issue. According to Rana Kapoor's testimony, Deora further stated that any departure on his part due to a lack of contract closing will unquestionably prevent him from receiving the Padma Bhushan, for which he was at the time eligible. Now, this whole episode is also a glaring example of how Padma Awards were being sold during the Congress regime, friends. Anyways, what one can say about a party, PM of which gives himself Bharat Ratna Award in his own reign? Now I tell you about the Congress Art Gate scandal in India. That was a major controversy that erupted in 2011 and that was implicating several senior Congress party leaders in a fraudulent art deal. Friends, the scandal came to light when the Income Tax Department raided the homes and offices of several art dealers and seized a large number of paintings. The Congress Art Gate scandal involved the sale of 21 paintings by some of India's most famous artists like M.F. Hussain, Taib Mehta and V.S. Gaitonde to the Congress party in 2008. The paintings were allegedly purchased by the Congress party for a total of 90 crore and were made. All those paintings were meant to be displayed in the party's headquarters in New Delhi. The scandal came to light when it was revealed that the paintings were not displayed at the party headquarters as promised and were instead stored in a warehouse in Gurgaon. And the Income Tax Department's investigation found that the paintings had been purchased at the inflated prices and the transactions were made through sale companies to avoid paying taxes. Imagine. Several high profile Congress party leaders, including former Delhi Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, former Congress Treasurer Motilal Vora, and former Union Minister Oscar Fernandes were named in the scandal. The investigation found that Sheila Dikshit had allegedly facilitated the purchase of the paintings and had also received one of the paintings as a gift from the art dealer. Motilal Vora and Oscar Fernandes were also accused of being involved in the fraudulent art deal. The scandal created a huge uproar in the Indian media, and the public also knows it very well, and many people questioning the ethics and transparency of the Congress party's dealings. The opposition parties, they demanded a thorough investigation and resignation of the Congress party leaders involved in this scandal. As usual, the Congress party initially denied any wrongdoing and dismissed all the allegations and told that all these allegations are baseless. However, as the investigation progressed, the party was forced to take action against the leaders who were involved in the scam. Friends, Sheila Dikshit resigned from her position as Chief Minister of Delhi in 2013. You all know that. But he gave a flimsy reason that it was due to health reasons. She resigned. But many believed that the scandal was played a role in her decision to step down. Everybody knows that. That was the real reason for which Sheila Dikshit had to resign. Motilal Vora and Oscar Fernandes were also removed from the Congress party from their respective positions. Now, you decide what kind of government or leaders you would like to present in India in international arena. We the people of India, we have to decide, and we must take decisive decisions, because you all know all these political leaders are acquiring public posts, misusing their office, and at the end of the day, when they are not in power, they are giving a bad name to our nation. This is a shame. How can any Indian can blame its own country outside our country? Why? It looks these leaders are mere frustrated. I will say that they are mere frustrated when in a largest democracy, when people discarded them, they became frustrated and they are tarnishing the image of our nation outside India. And such leaders are giving lectures on morality. I hope that our viewers, they will understand what is truth. My dear friends, nobody is going to accept the story cooked by Congress leaders. And I must tell you here that in coming days, we are going to expose many such stories in Uday India Digital Media. That is why I always request all the nationalistic people, those believe in nation first, nation as their first priority, they must subscribe to Uday India and they must push the bell icon to get the updates. That's all for today. Bande Mataram.